How's it going, guys? Are we live? Are we live? Can we confirm? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hey, Kim. Kim, does this seem to be working okay? All right, perfect, perfect. I'm hoping, I'm hoping my guest shows up. Let me see. I think we're in there.
Yo,
Brother,
oh brother, we're out there.
you know what I'd like to do too, brother? I'd like to get order on here with us too sometime, if not this time,
Yeah,
you know?
if he's in the chat, just drop it. Drop the
I'd like
link.
to get order on here.
Oops, there we
Do
go.
I
I
put
think it's in the chat.
do I just put the let me see if I can figure out how to do that.
I could do it. I could drop it in the. Am I a mod in your chat?
Yes.
Actually, I can't see the link. Or yeah, let me see. I have to copy the link from Facebook. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Let's see here.
I got about a half an hour or so, but if we're still in conversation, I'll just probably have to mute it. But no worries if you're still talking. I don't want you to feel rushed or anything.
No, that's fine. Let's see here. Here we go. There's. I think that's the link there. Oh, nope. It says too many. Okay.
Order
Hmm.
dropped his email address too.
Let's see here. Maybe this is it. All right, let me try it that way. Let's see if that works. Do all that out of there. Paste there. Let's see. That should work. There we go.
Yeah, yeah, no worries, order. If you're in bed, brother, don't worry, don't feel pressured. I just wanted you to be invited.
So let's let's start with, and I hate doing this. Let's start with the passing of Mrs. Cecil. So of course, yes, I donated $50 to that. I think it sucks for anybody to lose a parent. It doesn't matter if the relationship was good or not. And it was under the caveat that he would just shut the fuck up and leave me the fuck alone, you know, and stop talking about how like all of those people are just writing him because of some fake narrative, which is not a fake narrative. It's a real narrative. The narrative of him, you know, it, he likes to make it look like it's about one video where he was talking about something because somebody was going to out him and he wanted to set the record straight, and we somehow, Michael Bayed the video to make it appear as though he was making a confession. You can call it a confession, you can call it a testimony, you can call it a I'm telling my side of the story, whatever you want to call it to make yourself feel nice and warm and fluffy in the middle. At the end of the day, is whatever you want to call it. What I call it is a person in their 40s getting on a live stream and talking about how he had sexual relations with not one, not two, but three children. And if it was just that one video, if it was just that one video, right? I I could probably have been done with it after a year, because really
Right.
we're not going to get anybody off YouTube unless the person decides to get off YouTube, because we've
That's
seen
right.
it countless times. These people just make other channels. It doesn't matter. Okay. If it was just that one video, if it was just that one thing, I probably could have let it gone. The problem is that Cecil's worst enemy is Cecil. Cecil's worst enemy is his mouth. He has an uncanny ability to sit there and spew a bunch of shit out of his mouth and then pretend like he never did it because he deleted it, so therefore it doesn't exist anymore. And that's just not the case, because there are hundreds, literally hundreds of people. What's up? Magnitude. There are literally hundreds of people that are recording this idiot so that there is a category of video of the things that he's done. Over 170 videos on the website alone, which he forgets exist, of all his behaviors, from the confession video to the talking about how his 10-year-old is as mature and uh, sexually active as a 17-year-old, how adult men are looking at her, talking about her menstrual cycle, talking about overtly sexual things in her presence,
Right.
uh, talking about the other sexual offense he had when he was in his 20s with his cousin's kid, who's currently still in therapy. Talked about how if he was this criminal and this mastermind and this horrible person towards children, he'd be in jail, regardless of the countless evidence of people, adults, well known actors, and famous other people and politicians who aren't in jail because victims very rarely come forward when it comes to powerful people, well known people, or family members. It's very rare that the victims come forward. The lucky thing that we have on our side and the unlucky thing that he has on his side is that Kentucky, where the crimes took place, does not have a statute of limitations on those type of crimes. So at any
Oh,
time these victims feel like it's time for them to come forward, they can. It's less likely to be as powerful for charges if it were done when they were still in that age category or slightly older. However, the accusation itself still carries weight and still carries a matter of investigation.
right.
I planned on leaving him alone after his mom died. I planned on walking away. When he noticed he was only getting one or two people in his chat, he started to shit back up again with order of magnitude. He started the shit back up with my brother. He started the shit back up with Steve-O, with Daisy Bennings, and with several of the other women that have called him out for what he is. So I started. Obviously, I'm not making videos on anybody anymore. My channel's solely related to the game that I'm promoting. So I asked my brother to go live and invite me up so we could discuss this because here's what it is. Here's the gist of it, okay? Magnitude told him he bought a shit car. I told him he bought a shit car. Magnitude gets people that want to help him because Magnitude's not a fucking child molester. Magnitude's not a fucking asshole. Magnitude doesn't fucking lie about ghost box sessions or
My
ghost
wife says
paranormal
debatable, but yeah, carry on.
So he doesn't do any of that shit. He doesn't badmouth uh 10, 11, and 12-year-olds. He doesn't sit on a panel and tell a 13-year-old who's pregnant that she took 1,000 fucking dicks. He doesn't show up at children's houses unannounced without their parents' consent. All of these
That's right.
things are things that Cecil has done on video, not just the confession video, in the countless 100+ other videos that he's done, in effect of trying to defend himself against an accusation that was made based on a video that he made, a commentary of something he said was done. And the analysis of that commentary is that he is a child molester. He is admitted to being a child molester, and he is admitted to very inappropriate things for 40-year-old men to say and do about children, like the
Mm.
getting ready to spank the two children in a video with a belt, like it was some overtly appropriate thing for a grown man to do. Not appropriate. Like the descriptions he does of his daughter and her sexuality. Not appropriate. Not the right thing to do. The fact that he keeps referring to Hetty as his wife when it's not. The fact that they both had extramarital affairs. The fact that he sent his penis to a person that he thought was interested to him online. All these things he say don't happen because he didn't do them. He just made a video today. I tried to call you about it, about a minute and 38 seconds long, because I sent a message to him saying, "Look, I already know what your girlfriend did with your brother, and you both did it together, and you thought it was
That's
appropriate.
right.
And it's not. It's not." And he called me a liar. And then 2 hours later, he makes the video going, "Oh, I know what you're talking about now. You're talking about the time my brother and I shared a woman, and she had a baby, and that's how I never got to see my son because." He tells on himself and then he takes the stuff down and pretends like he never said it. And he does a lot of the stuff. He works people up so that he can make himself look like a victim. And then he's got his little mouthpiece in the background. Like I said, if you didn't molest those children, why did you come up with an excuse that you were sleepwalking when you did it? And your girlfriend backed you up on that, but yet this thing never happened, right? Why are you
Right.
telling me that your sister doesn't think you're a child molester when you called her on a live stream and she said, not since then? In other words,
Right.
she believes that since then you have not molested other children. That might be true. but she still
Yeah.
Story
believed
changes all the
at
time,
that
though.
time.
Story changes all the time. Story changes
Yes.
all the time. There's so many different
All the
versions.
time.
Let me ask you a what if question, Magnitude. How many times has my story changed about Cecil?
I never.
No, no, no. It's just it's
I,
consistent.
Never.
we watch
How
you
about you, brother?
regularly. Can't say the word.
Never.
Never. I tell
Never.
the same story over and over again. You know why I tell the same story? Because it's easy to tell the same story when you're telling the truth.
It's easy to tell the truth.
Okay.
You know.
He says I'm at his kid's school following his kid around when I'm in Guam,
Yep.
by the way. I'm in an island 4,800 miles away when he says he spotted me at his kid's school. Okay.
Yeah.
Riddle me this there, Riddler. You live stream everything. I get everything I need to know from your live streams. You live streamed the day that your daughter and my girlfriend were walking to school. Their pictures on the live stream, their clothing that they're wearing is on the live stream. So, as a good, well-trained troll, I sent a message to you saying, "I know what your kids are wearing and your wife's wearing because they're at the," and you believe it because you, sir, are a gullible, moronic, fucking idiot. That's not
They
my
call
fault.
them lolcows. They call
And
them
there's no
lolcows. You heard of
lawsuit in
Cyrex,
the
haven't you?
world. There's no lawsuit in the
You heard of
world you could bring that I can't counter. I beg, I plead, I triple dog dare you. I am going full on Christmas story with you, bro. Triple dog dare you to bring a lawsuit because I will bring all 179 videos, and that's just my videos. I guarantee you, if somebody on this platform that definitely hates you as much as I fucking do finds out that you're taking me to court, I'll get their videos too. I have everything documented just like you do. The difference
Yeah.
is I'm trolling you with deception, making you think I'm one place when I'm not even remotely close to there. Because you believe it doesn't make it true. Because I can document electronically and through the law and through passports and through US flight systems. I've never been anywhere near Kentucky.
And Order, thank you for joining in Mrs. Magnitude. I really appreciate that. I feel like it's important to at least give you the opportunity to be here because you've been in this shit the whole time, just like the rest of us. And Cecil's attacked you just as much as he's attacked any of us. Um,
Make
so
one
thank you for
point
being here.
too.
It's good.
Go on,
Yeah,
Matt.
I just
But
want to make one
Cecil.
point because he's like, oh, 10-year-olds can consent. 10-year-olds are fully developed. I've got a 10-year-old and a 9-year-old. Missy's got a mate over. And they're playing dolls. They're running around, throwing cushions at each other. So fuck you, Cecil. You've got no fucking idea.
Yeah, no clue. Oh yeah, and he likes to pick on Magnitude. Magnitude. His subscribers have to get him a car. That's because his fucking subscribers like him, and he has more than 2 people in his fucking stream because he's not a fucking dick. Well, I mean, he is a dick, but for the right reasons. You know, he's not a danger to children like you are, Cecil. And we tried to
Right.
warn you. I own a fucking car dealership. I told you from day one that that car was a piece of shit, and here's why. I also told you what you needed to do to fix it correctly, and you didn't listen to that either. Instead, your
No.
answer was go to the place that you got fired from and beg them to borrow his car. You got fired from a warehouse because you destroyed thousands of dollars worth of inventory and then agreed to pay it back through your paychecks. And when you realized your paycheck was small, you quit 2 weeks later. Nobody called
Yeah.
that place. You did that.
Oh,
How do we know
is
you
that
did
what
that? You
happened?
advertised it. Yes.
He
Is that what
he
happened? I had
blames
no
losing
idea
his
about it.
job at the. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Order. Go ahead, buddy.
I said I had no idea about that at all. He destroyed how did he destroy thousands of pounds worth of stock?
Oh yeah, over $20,000 with a forklift that he wasn't supposed to be on.
Yeah. That was before his license too.
Yeah, that was before he even had a
I see.
driver's license. Okay, and then
Yeah.
let's go to the next. The only place I've ever called on him, okay, was Jablong, which, by the way, does have shit pizza, folks. I'm sorry. I'm Italian. It has shit pizza.
Hey,
Congratulations.
Boston.
Here's what happened. He was removed from Jablong for sexually harassing a 17-year-old cashier that worked the front counter. Okay? But his manager likes him, which is fine. So his manager, after firing him, a week later, loaned him a vehicle so that he could get back and forth to his next job, which was a security job, which he also got fired from because he was falling asleep on the job and leaving the job to go to some, I forget the name of it, but it's some place where you can get coffee and hash browns or something. I don't know what it's called.
Probably White Castle.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. White Castle. And he got caught doing it. So he got fired from that plus. So then he got another job somewhere else, and that lasted maybe about 3 weeks. And then he was repeatedly live streaming while working. Well, his boss caught him doing that, so he got fired. Everything that's happened to Cecil is somebody else's fault. It's never Cecil's fault. His
well, what about the one with the gun, brother? Remember when he brought a gun to work?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The guns that he pawned, which he didn't really pawn.
Yeah.
This guy's giving misinformation about being a weapon owner, in addition to several other horrible mistakes that he's making with weapons. And it should, of course, that should be reported. That should be reported because he poses a risk to himself, to others. He sees the gun not as a protection device, but as an extension of his penis.
Yep. Phallus.
He looks at it and treats it and fondles it like he would a penis. Okay.
True.
So everything I do and everything I say about him is similar to how he's responding to Dagbon and Johnny Gobble and Ryan Upchurch and Ryan Upchurch's followers and or family members. So I hold him accountable similar to the way he's holding them accountable. The difference is I don't put his name in my videos. I just send him a message. I keep it private between me and him. He's the one that takes it public, not me. That's on him, not me. And again, everything I've stated, he's either verified through his previous videos, or as I said, he did a little while ago, a minute 48-second video verifying that he and his brother, in fact, did share a woman, a girlfriend, and did in fact conceive a child with it. So how is it all?
Yeah, and he talks so much shit about recently he's been talking so much shit about Patty Lynn being a horrible mother, this and that. People forget Cecil has multiple other children that he doesn't give a red cent for. You know, he doesn't do anything to help support these kids. He doesn't reach out, send them Christmas cards, nothing. He's a bum. He doesn't do anything for these children. It's despicable.
Be a part of a child's life to at least support the child in some
fashion. Exactly. Yeah. And also, I think too. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm sure you have, but there's another video on Daisy's channel where Cecil's talking about his confession video. It's a separate video. I'm curious if our viewers have seen this video. I'll have to find it and link it somewhere because it's just
a video where he talks about what are you supposed to do when two hot girls.
No, it's another one, brother. It's a separate video. It might have even been recorded before the confession video. But it's just as damning. It says the exact same information in it, but it's a separate video. And I'm wondering if we promote this video now, is he going to say this one's edited also?
Most likely. He's going to say anything that he doesn't have access to is edited. And that's his go-to because he likes to delete stuff. He also likes to talk about the channel that I took credit for deleting. I've said this many times. You can make many claims on the internet. Doesn't mean it's true. I can claim to be a senator from Nebraska. I can claim to be the president of the United States. I can claim to be the ambassador to Ukraine. I can make claims all day long. Doesn't mean they're true. If you choose to believe it without any investigation on your end, that's on you. Nobody from our corner sent him a computer with a worm on it, and it got information. He gave out enough information on videos that led me to believe that I collected enough information to make a statement and claim it, so that way he'd shut up about it being Irish Steve-O, which it never was either. No. So I did everything. I took the name of the computer because he named it. He said the color of the computer. He said about the time frame when he got it. And I basically knew what channel he was talking about because, by the way, that channel is still existing. I've proved that too. There's an old channel of his with all this music on it that's still there. He just can't access. That's not
because he's not smart enough to know how to get back into it. He makes everything public, including his own family, his daughter and his girlfriend, Hetty.
And his
He's the
brother,
one,
and his sister, and
and his brother. Yes, he's the one that brings all these people up. He's the one that doxes himself. He puts all this information up. You know,
Bro,
he can't keep
a job.
anything private.
He couldn't even keep a job with his own brother.
No, no.
He's
He said that he was being bullied. Of course, he blames it on the coworkers.
Magnitude's backstage.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that order.
But yeah, so basically,
There we go. Sorry, guys.
it's all right.
That's
Man.
all right. I heard most of
Sorry
it.
about that, man.
I'm just surprised all the jobs he's got fired at.
But yeah, like I said, he couldn't even hold a job with his own brother. Magnitude. He could not hold.
Yeah, no worries. I
a
was just
job with
surprised
his
about
own
all the
brother.
jobs he's got fired at. I mean,
And now he used to work for Securitas. That's why he's wearing that hat. He's trying to get
Yeah.
people to call
Jesus Christ.
Securitas,
I mean,
which he doesn't work at anymore. He got fired. That's the job he got fired from. And it was a good paying job. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
It was a good paying
Yeah.
job. Securitas pays pretty well. He had to patrol a construction site. And know anything. And he kept leaving, and it was a dual team. So there's two people. A female was also patrolling with him. Well, he was, according to that female, hitting on that female, and that female kept telling him, "No, I'm not interested." Eventually, she reported it, so they wrote him up. When
Yep.
they were writing him up, they discovered that he had his
Wow.
gun in his car with him. Well, you're not allowed to have your gun with you on work because they don't allow it.
Right.
Securitas
Right.
for that position is unarmed. He had the gun.
what
with him.
does Hetty think about him hitting up on these other women? Then
He lies about it. He claims he's not doing it. He claims it's people coming on him. He claims Hetty, or whatever the fuck you want to call her, is okay with him sending a penis to a woman online, which originally he denied, if you folks remember, and he finally admitted it in the last 2 weeks. He admitted, he said he knew it was a setup, and that's why he sent his penis. Okay.
Yeah.
Seems
Oh my
legit.
God.
Hold on. Let me ask my wife if that's okay if I do. Hey, hon, if I know it's a setup, can I send my
Right.
penis online?
No, you cannot.
Yeah. What girlfriend would be okay with that?
None in this world.
Exactly.
Also,
Which
as well,
it makes me.
go on, mate.
I just wonder. It makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder what kind of a relationship they have. Like sometimes I wonder, does Hetty just keep him around for? I don't know. He doesn't really support
Shits and giggles,
in any
my
way,
friend.
but
Shits and giggles. There's no marriage there. And he
Yeah.
goes, what would I get married for? Let me tell you something. There's a vast difference in the U.S. when you do taxes between being single and being married. It's about
That's
a $5,000 benefit to you to be married.
that's right.
So if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you never have enough money and you're filing single still, you're a fucking idiot. That's on you.
That's right.
So what's the real reason that you
Wow.
won't get married? The real reason they won't get married is because, drum roll, Hetty is still legally married to somebody else.
Yep.
Oh
She
no,
never divorced.
that's you serious? I had no idea. I mean, this rabbit hole
She
goes
never
deeper
divorced.
and deeper and deeper.
And do you remember her
Yeah.
first relationship was with a convicted, drum
Yep.
roll, child molester?
Yep.
She won't divorce the child molester. So why would we think she's
Oh
going
my
to hold another
God,
child
this-
molester accountable?
Yep.
You serious?
And the
Yeah,
reason
you-
why I know all
that's
this stuff
for
is
real.
because I've been listening to this moron for years, and he
Yep.
tells on himself and he tells on the people around him.
Over and over again.
Newsflash: your neighbors don't like you.
Nope.
That's not my
You know,
fault.
you know the person I feel sorry for the most though. It's his daughter, isn't it? His daughter. Like we had a go. We were worried about
Hey,
him
Pop.
not putting a door up. He hasn't got a door up for her. I mean, why? You know, that's like the one thing for privacy. And every time he tries to film
Yeah.
her, she isn't happy about it. She really ain't happy. You can tell, but he still does it all
That's
the
right.
time for whatever reason. You
That's
know?
right.
He bought her a computer and then took the computer away and uses it for himself.
That's right. And he constantly puts her personal business out there. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have a daughter. I'm not a female, but I would imagine that she does not want him speaking on personal matters like he does. I mean, that's just, that's just it's despicable. He's gross, disrespectful. Yeah.
If Phil went on, or Magnitude went on a live stream discussing my daughter's puberty or menstrual cycle, he'd be out the door.
Or his sexuality.
Yeah.
He says he's bisexual. Do you see?
Yeah,
Well,
like, why
is that
would you?
because she's confused
Yeah.
with the hormones? That'll be why. I used to fancy a
Agreed.
female teacher, but I've never had a lesbian relationship in my life.
Yeah, but he's doing broadcast
I
like that,
agree.
would you?
No,
You wouldn't broadcast it
no,
to,
He-
you know. I mean, yeah, I'm
He
quite
puts-
personal.
he-
I'm personal in my life streams. I give everyone, I show everyone what my life's about and where I'm going and stuff. As a
Some
working
things
class
are
normal person
sacred.
in Britain, but yeah,
Some things are sacred.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yes, yeah. Some things are sacred, and you know, girls are very sensitive to things like that. There's some lines that you just do not cross. But Cecil has no boundaries, and he constantly puts his daughter in the front line, you know, to take the firing line rather than himself, because he wants even his own daughter. He wants her to take the fall over him,
He
which
does
is
it
sick.
because he
I
wants
think-
to be able to use.
I think he thinks he's going to go
her
viral as well. He's got
as
this notion in his head he's going to get like 100,000 subs, but he can't even be asked to do
his menstrual cycle.
Well, no, obviously, I know he's a bit deluded, didn't he? But he doesn't even put any effort in anyway. He doesn't put thumbnails up or descriptions or nothing.
No.
It's just go live. I emailed him saying,
He's-
look, dude, you want to do, your own mouth is your own enemy. Everything we know about you
Oh,
is
yeah.
from what you said and nothing else. Why don't you do a video, watch the video back, and then you think, actually, I shouldn't say that. Just edit it out. Job done. But he's too
That's
lazy
right.
to do it.
That's right. He's worse than me.
And he doesn't want to have an actual discussion. He doesn't want to have a debate. He wants everybody to basically believe his version, which is he's never done that and he's never said that. And like I said, we somehow have this multi-million-dollar we have this
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar editing room where we Michael Bay his videos. Now, Bo, those are your words and your videos.
Yeah. He wants to be given things.
Over 100 of them. And he throws
Yeah.
his daughter out there because he wants somebody. He needs somebody to attack his daughter so he can sit back and play the victim. And ain't nobody on this side ever done anything like that. Nobody's talking.
No.
He logged into his daughter's account and subbed to adult-themed content, sexually overt channels to help build channels up when he was trying to get more subs to his channel.
Despicable.
He did that.
What? And he
He
actually
did.
said that.
Oh,
He
this
actually
is
said
me.
that. I said,
This is
not
me,
it.
Cecil, on my daughter's channel. I just subbed you up. Sub me back. Why would you do that with your kid's channel?
That's
That's
right.
you doing that. Nobody's telling you to do that. Nobody's logged into your daughter's channel, made you do that. And by the way,
No.
thumbing down a video is not trolling. It's because your content sucks.
Yeah. The big takeaway here too, guys, is I hope everybody's listening, because we want to show everybody that it's not just, mainly Cecil, it's not just about your confession video, which you want everybody to believe. You have gone years and years and years. You keep bringing stuff up. You keep talking about our children. You keep just being weird and gross, man. The thing that bothers me the most, though,
Put your dick in my
yeah,
hand.
be a man.
I think
Be a man.
he lasted a month after I donated the $50. Nobody was talking about him. You weren't talking about him.
No.
Magnitude was talking about Steve-O. Nobody mentioned him. And he had 3 people in his streams. And that's when he started bringing people up again. And he started with my brother first. Be like, well, you know, my channel would be bigger if it weren't for Shredder, RV's
Right.
brother. Well, RV and I made peace. We didn't make peace, dude. I left you the fuck alone because you lost a parent. Period.
Yeah, that's what
Making-
I thought so, because you said you didn't say anything about peace and forgiving him about his, you know, what he's confessed
Never
to.
forgave.
You just
It's
said
not my
that, you
job
know,
to-
it must be harsh losing your mum, you know? I remember that.
It's not my
Yeah,
job.
that leaked into stuff.
It's not my job to forgive him. It's none of our jobs to forgive him. That's for his victims to do. And if his
Yeah.
victims choose to forgive him, I will walk the fuck away. But I don't see
Yeah.
that happening. I don't see
Right.
that happening.
They won't even.
Right.
But it's a sensitive topic, isn't it? You know, to approach or get them. It's all in their hands. But
It really is, Order.
He's always
We
saying
don't-
that now. You know, they don't care,
Yeah.
or they're on his side or whatever. Well, if they're on his side, they've been groomed, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And we're not in the game of re-victimizing somebody by forcing them to talk about something that maybe they're working through it in their own way. I pray to God that they're finding some sort of peace and acceptance and recovery in their lives. You know, but I just don't know.
I can only go based on my own experience of what I went through, and I was in my 40s when I finally faced the things that happened to me, and I never got justice because one of them's dead and the other one's facing judicial.
I'm not going to say anything here, but we got a similar situation with our stepson, and it's
With my
Yeah.
son.
yeah, and it's also happened to my daughter as well.
And
But with,
also, the parents don't get over it
No.
because it's traumatizing for the parents.
No.
It's not just the victims.
Yeah.
When
No.
you know,
It's
when
everybody.
you're a
It's
mom,
everybody that's involved in that life. Unfortunately, everybody's
Yeah.
affected by it. And like I said, you don't always get justice, and sometimes things never come to light. I mean, look, it took people 35, 40 years to come out about Bill Cosby, about Kevin Spacey.
That's right.
That Fell Fam guy, he still never got justice, and it can change
Jimmy
you.
Savile.
It can change you. It can make you. You can
It could,
either,
yeah.
you know, you can become a bad person or a good person.
Well,
Or a stronger
our
person.
stepson
It all depends on-
is a hermit because of it. Really, he's a hermit. I mean, it's not his life's not destroyed. He's doing well, and he's moving on. Yeah, he's moving on now, but it's
But
taken him a long time, hasn't it? It's,
he's in intense therapy and he's come a long way.
Yeah,
A long
but it's
way.
all from
It's
that one
not easy.
incident, and the guy's dead now. But same sort of thing, I guess, as you.
Yeah.
But it stopped him, and for ages we didn't even know about it until much later. Well,
He didn't come out till he was 18. He was a really good kid, and he was really well behaved, and him and I were really close. And then when he hit 18, he just
come out with it all.
he just started behaving bad and weird, didn't he? And he was angry a lot. And
Yeah, it happened at 9. Was he 9?
7.
7. Yeah.
And he just legit changed at 18, and it took me ages to get it out of him. And when he told me, I was like,
yeah, it was a lot worse than what we thought.
Yeah,
a lot worse than
because
what we thought.
the guy died before he told me.
Yeah, and that messed him up because he couldn't get justice, as you said. He felt like he got away with it almost, even though he was hit by a train. But hey,
part of his justice. Tell him I said this. Part of his justice is going to be using his pain to help give other victims strength. It's the only way you're going to make it through it. That's the only way you're going to get semblance of justice.
All right, well, we'll tell him.
I won't tell him that actually.
And that's why I do. That's why I do what I do. That's why my brother does what he does. We saw this stuff happen to people, and we saw that they didn't have a voice. That's why we are the voice. We're not going to find these victims. We're not talking to these victims, and we're not asking these victims to talk to us. It's for them to decide when they want to have their justice, not us. But
I don't give a shit. Yeah. And I don't care if 1 days went by or 10 years or 20 years or 50 years have gone by. If you touch a kid and if you hurt a kid, you need to be held accountable for that. Time has no bearing on something like this. And look at the communities that Cecil's attaching himself to and trying to piggyback off of. There's tons of young people that follow people like Ryan Upchurch and artists like this. And Cecil's made many comments. He wants a free ride from one of these guys.
He's hoping Ryan does what he did with Johnny Gobble, which is go in and give him a $10,000 super chat or a $10,000 check, or he's hoping, and he's making low key suggestions, like when he's talking about Ryan's mom. Oh, you should be thankful that you had money, because my wife and I'm like, it's not your wife.
No.
He's like, my wife and I live paycheck to paycheck, and I just had to sell my shit car for $200, and now I've got to come up with $2,000 to buy another shit car, and blah, blah. He's hoping Ryan comes along and sends him fucking some money, and I'm like, it's not gonna happen, bro. Ryan don't help child molesters, and he knows that's what you are. Trust me and believe me when I tell you, he knows what you are. Yeah. Just because he doesn't say it out publicly doesn't mean he doesn't message one of us on the download, be like, hey, thanks for giving me a heads up on that guy. That's why your shit gets deleted on his streams when you go and make comments. You are a piece of shit.
Really? Is it so? I did wonder if his comments and that got deleted and whatnot, because it's
they were getting
so
deleted.
Hard. It's going in so hard with him on like every
upload.
The only, tag it.
It was the only comment I ever got from Ryan, and it was in Twitter. He just said, "Thank you for the heads up. I already know about him, and my crew make sure his messages don't get through." Yeah, so, there's that. And Gobble don't even acknowledge him because Gobble knows what he is, and Gobble's an idiot too. You put two idiots against each other, you're gonna have an argument. Whatever. Look, I don't even hate Cecil. That's the thing. I don't hate Cecil. I hate what Cecil did. I hate what Cecil's behavior is. And Cecil is his own worst enemy. I don't hate Cecil. I hate Cecil's demeanor and behavior. Like, nothing is ever his fault. Nothing is ever going to be his responsibility. By the way, he has 2 kids he doesn't have anything to do with, not one. He has one child that he helps raise, and that's his daughter. He has another daughter and another son that he has nothing to do with.
Yeah, he has three children, right, brother? He has 3 children altogether. And if it and I hate to say this, and believe me, I hope I'm wrong, but if it wasn't for Hetty, he wouldn't do nothing for his the daughter, the current daughter right now. I really don't see anything in his character that tells me that he would take care of a child unless there was
Cecil
somebody
wants
there doing it for him.
Cecil wants to sit at home and make shit music for a living and
Yep.
somehow magically become as big as Ryan or one of these other YouTube sensations that have kicked off. And the fact is he's just not good enough for that. He's not smart enough either.
No,
If he
his
really were
beats
smart,
suck.
he would have stopped responding. And I'm going to repeat something he said back in the day when this digital confession came out, before all these other videos he made came out. He said, if I was guilty, I would be up here every day, year after year, defending myself. Please
And what
tell
has he
me,
done?
what have we seen him do year after year?
Just that, nothing else.
He's guilty. And
He's
like I said,
guilty.
if there weren't any videos following that, I would have probably disagreed with everybody going after him from day one. I've been like, nah, man, that's just one time, whatever. He didn't do nothing. He whatever.
Yeah,
But
so
then
many.
he made
I
another
love
video.
it.
Then he
I
made a
tell you
follow-up video.
what,
Then his
since
girlfriend made a
all
video with
attached to
him
it.
where they, yeah.
Because he said
then
he
his
goes,
girlfriend.
yeah. He says, oh, it happens to a normal person all the time. You know, you're babysitting and kids have feelings and stuff. It's
Yeah.
just like, you know, that happens. I've never had that happen. He says when he's babysitting,
No.
right?
Oh my
Nah.
god!
But all these instances are attached to him, and there's always some sort of like, oh, you know, it wasn't me because this, or it didn't happen because
Yeah.
of that. But he's the most unluckiest dude to have,
That's right, Older.
accusations thrown at him. What an unlucky guy!
Yes.
Over and
5
That's
years
right,
in
Older.
prison. 5 years in
normal
prison
people have this.
for stealing panties out of kids and adults' drawers,
Yep.
stealing medicine out of medicine cabinets. But yeah, it wasn't his fault. It was his boss's fault. The driving the forklift into storage racks in a warehouse, causing $20,000. It wasn't his fault. It's because he didn't know how to drive the forklift in because nobody taught him. Okay, getting fired from Jablon.
Meant to be licensed up for that. I thought.
That wasn't his fault. He quit because he went on to a bigger, better paying job, then got fired from that job. He didn't buy
His mom's funeral money.
He didn't buy a shit vehicle. The guy that sold him the vehicle said the vehicle was good, so he took
Yeah.
their word for it. So it's their fault the vehicle's not shit. No, when you step on your brakes and your lights come on fire from a short, that's pretty much your fault, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a flaming lemon. His mom's funeral money too. Like I was just messing around trolling the one day with him, saying, "Oh, I bet you stole your mom's funeral money," and he said, "No, that was my brother." I'm like, holy shit! It really did. It did get stolen. I never
Yeah,
thought. I was just messing around, but it did.
The funeral money. His PayPal was the funeral money. So somehow his brother got a hold of his PayPal and took all the money. Is what you're telling me?
Yeah.
That dude can't refund a nickel, let alone $50.
Oh, he was sweating when you asked for that money back. That's a lot of money to him. That's like,
Let's not forget. Also, I offered to pay for the entire funeral. I offered to pay for the interment and everything.
I remember.
If he take a lie detector test, he won't take a lie detector test. He won't take an FBI sanctioned lie detector test, but he'll take me to court for slander. I'm more than happy to go to court for slander, and we can have the court verify if the videos are edited or not in a way that you're describing them to be edited. And when they're determined to be real, and the judge hears your confession about molesting children in a state that doesn't have statute of limitations, I want to be there.
Yeah. He even says he's bringing his counselor in on this. His counselor is going to back him on the lawsuit. I have a feeling once his recovery counselor Tim learns all the details to this case, I have a feeling he's not going to want anything to do with this case, Cecil.
Not being funny, I know I'm in a different country, London, France.
Right.
But I've been in recovery, if you like, for over a decade, okay? And I'm still medicated, but none of my counsellors would ever touch anything legal on this front, only give you support for, I don't know, say you were done for shoplifting or something. They give you support.
Yeah.
You know, they might point
It
you
works the
to
same
a
in this
legal aid
country.
advisor. They wouldn't go around getting lawyers and sticking up,
No.
knowing the cases. They're not trained for that. So it makes no
There's-
sense.
exactly.
That's a bollocks.
It works the same in this country, Magnitude.
It's the same over here, bud.
They'll point you in the right direction, or they'll give you advice and point you in the right direction, but that's about it. This is the same therapy place that was going to give him $6,000 to fix his car, but months later we find out that they only feel like the car's worth $200, so they weren't going to give him the money. Okay, yep,
Yeah.
seems
Yeah.
legit.
Yeah.
Because
Jeez.
most places give you
I agree.
$6,000
I
for
agree.
something you didn't even pay $6,000 for. And now, Cecil, here's an olive branch for you. The next time you're ready to go buy a car, do a live stream and invite me up on panel, and I'll help you pick out. I legitimately will help you pick out a car that will last, because it's more important to me that you have a reliable vehicle, because you have a child, and in the end, her importance is more important to me than my hatred for the shit you've done.
That's why I
That's
say
the
I
type
put,
of person I
the
am.
daughter first. I've always said that. Also, going back to cars, he made fun of me with my car breaking down that. But when he was saying that I drive 18 miles a day, dude, I'm covering 40,000 miles. My car's getting over 300,000 miles. I think it lasted quite
Right.
long when the cam belt finally snapped, especially as it was sort of due. You know what I mean? There's a difference between. Oh, nothing.
Yeah,
I'm not even
that's
gonna-
right.
I'm
Order.
not even gonna explain it.
Magnitude. People are more prone to help you because they
Yeah,
you have earned their respect and they have earned your respect. That's the difference.
that's
He
right.
has earned not one damn thing. He wants
That's right.
everything handed to him, and when it doesn't work, it's not his fault. Somebody else's fault.
It's because
No,
people cherish your friendship, Order, and Mrs. Magnitude. You're both wonderful people, and people actually value your guys' friendship. How many
Oh,
times have we heard anybody back up? How many times have we ever heard anybody back up Cecil? I've never heard, not one time. Not one time has anybody made a
Other than
video
the
in his
Three
defense.
Musketeers that he has in his chat.
you got
Oh, Queen
Right.
Cecils.
you guys are cherished too, by the way, just for the record.
But
Oh, thanks, Mrs. Magnitude.
And
We
he
Thank
keeps
you.
saying,
You're a lovely person.
he keeps
We-
saying we're going
we're-
after his supporters. We're going after his supporters. What supporters? Queen Tasty's not a supporter. She's there to stir
She's a
the
buddy
fire,
troll.
keep you fucking.
She's a buddy
triggered.
troll.
You don't know
Yeah, I
nothing
wonder what
about
her
Queen
motive
Tasty.
is.
Angela,
What
I don't
motive
know nothing about Angela. Everything that came out about Angela was something Angela told Cecil. So only Cecil knows about Angela's shit. And I treated her nice when she walked away from him, and I didn't say anything to her. And I don't
Yeah.
care that she's back with him now. I don't care. It doesn't bother
Yeah.
me a bit.
Yeah, nobody really cares about who's over there on his channel. I mean, it makes me question their motives, but I'm not gonna pay any mind to it.
Nope. And I don't know anything about
motives.
that Dunn guy other than the fact that
Oh my God, Michael Dunn.
allegedly
Michael Dunn. Yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
not all there. Michael Dunn, right? Okay. This is one guy who's with Mark Davis, who's yeah, I don't want to go too much because he dude's a complete sociopath.
Well, I mean, it
but
is what it
Michael
is.
Dunn
But
has
I like
killed
my
every
focus-
single. He's killed every single bridge from Steve-O to me to even High Street.
Yeah.
The only person he's got left is Mark Davis. So Michael Dunn, I think he has got legitimate issues because about people with mental problems. No, Michael Dunn really does genuinely have issues and learning difficulties and that. So pay no mind to it. It's just the way he is, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I don't go after. And then the nail in the coffin for Cecil is his defense of Cyrax, who's been proven through multiple stings of who
Yeah.
and what
Oh my
he is.
God.
Your
Sticking up for
disability,
Cyrax.
a disability does not give you
14-year-olds
a
and
free pass on being a danger to children. Your disability, I'm going to
Yeah.
repeat that again.
Chance
You being
is dangerous.
disabled does not give you a pass to
No,
be a danger to children. And that's what
there's no
Cyrax.
pass for that.
Now, granted,
It's
Cyrax is
sick outside.
far worse than Cecil because he's still an active predator. I don't believe
Yeah.
Cecil's an active predator. I believe he's a passive predator who hasn't reoffended since the third person. I don't think he's done
Yeah.
that, which is
I
fine.
agree with you on that, but I think he still has the mental mindset to be a danger to kids, though.
He does
Well, just
because he doesn't seem to understand the concept of what he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to say
Yeah.
10-year-olds are fully developed and little girls are hot, to say those comments,
Yeah, that's right.
As well. So
Freudian slip says to me, as a mother of a 10-year-old child, that says to me, is there more or is it over? And if it is over, you have to own what you did, and you confess. There's
Right.
not,
Yeah.
no going back
That's
to
right.
that.
The
There
first
isn't
step
any
to
coming
healing,
back.
the first step to healing, and not healing yourself, but healing the victims, is to admit the things that you did wrong. Pay penance for them, whatever that penance may be, whether it's through the law, through whatever the family decides to do. Again, that's their choice, not mine. and moving forward and not repeating those things. The things he says and the things he does makes me believe he's still a danger towards children. But again, I stand by my statement. I don't think he's offended again.
Yeah,
There's
I
no chance. There's
I
no
can
chance.
see that.
I probably agree with that. But what would happen should, I don't know what his kid's name is, have a friend
Sandra.
over that
Sandra.
he thinks,
Yeah.
oh.
Well, that's,
That's
what
right.
he did.
Yeah,
He
What
made
if
a video.
That's it. Word
He
opportunity.
made a
Yeah,
video
but
where he was
what
going to
if
spank them.
he does get the opportunity and he's a bit like, oh, you know,
I don't
That's
know.
exactly right. That's exactly right. If he had the right pieces in front of him, who knows? He might not. He probably can't control himself. That's what I think. I mean, remember the sleep humping? He's a
I
sleep
believe,
humper.
yeah, I believe what's keeping him in line is his girlfriend. I believe she's the one that's preventing him from striking out again.
And I think we also play a part in that too, because he knows there's a lot of eyeballs on him.
There is not just the outside YouTube eyeballs, but the eyeballs
That's right.
within his own town and within his own street. So like that's
That's
how I
right.
know the neighbors don't like him. It's the neighbors that are giving us information and keeping an eye on him and giving us updates. The neighbors that he thinks are okay, which is fine. Keep thinking that. I love it that you think that, because that's where I get my updates from. That's how I know so much.
Hey, real quick, guys.
I don't want to hold
Yep.
up anybody.
I was just going to say, if you guys still have more to talk, feel free. I was just going to mute myself and probably take me off video, but if we're done, we can wrap up.
I'm done, but we should
It's
do this once.
your call, gentlemen.
We need to do this once a month. We need to get people updated.
Please, I would love that.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
And thank you. Thank you both so much for joining here on with me, because it needs to be done. It needs to be done. It means a lot. I know the people here in the chat are happy to see us all together. You know, this feels good. It feels right.
No,
I appreciate it. Thank you, brother, for having the live stream, inviting me up. Hey, Magnitude, Mrs. Magnitude, great to hear from you all. I love the accent. Is that the natural accent of people from London, France? I'm just asking for a friend.
It's actually Wiltshire, UK, but we've got quite. I drive to London. Used to drive to London all the time, but London is like over a couple of hours away from me, and it's not like it's down the road.
Well, much love and happy to your family. Be safe, everybody.
Guys, man.
I love you all. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you. Much love.
Hey, chat. Thank you. Adios.
Thank you, Order. Thank you, Mrs. Magnitude.
You're welcome.